Is that a nectarine Waterloo?
Wow, let's take a look.
A
Close.
white nectarine? Oh, it's guava. Oh
Nope.
no, it's ruby red tangerine.
Ruby red tangerine.
I had the
I have
guava berry
a
Waterloo.
Barq's zero sugar.
Fab. I have a
Fuck yes.
black coffee in a white mug.
Wonderful.
I didn't even know Barks did a zero.
I learned recently, and it has
Changed
changed my life.
Yeah, that's
It has
good.
really
Everybody's gone
everything
zero,
for
it
me.
seems like.
Yeah,
Well, you
why
gotta
not?
go zero. My air just
I don't know who makes this, but they should be our first sponsor. It's the Coca-Cola Company.
Let's do it.
Coca-Cola, please give us a call.
I don't think Coca-Cola has money set aside for diversity, equity, and inclusion anymore. So the Film Forget podcast, unfortunately, I don't think they're throwing dollars in this direction.
I know we're not referencing things from the past, but Anchor Steam.
I haven't had an Anchor Steam since the last time we recorded an episode of
So
Movies
5 years ago. No, more than
6 years ago. 6 years ago. But I'm down to have a soda sponsor. So I went candy sober and soda sober this year because I keep getting teeth pulled out of my head at the dentist. And
well, that'll do it.
They keep yanking them out. And so I made the difficult decision to quit soda and candy. Although I'll cheat every now and then, and I'll only cheat with the zero.
Yeah. I did a 180 on soda, and now I do zero and diet.
Coke. Like a cherry vanilla Coke Zero.
Ooh, I've never had
such a tonic.
Sugared sodas because I was raised by a diet culture mom, you know?
Oh, wait, so did you
would never, it would just never be an option.
Did you have
in the house?
What canned drinks did you have in the house? Because there were those what's it called, like Dr. Martens or something, the like fake soda?
I don't remember that, but we did often have generic brands.
Yeah.
But typically we had Diet Pepsi in my home growing up.
My mom was really into Diet Coke with lemon, which I don't think they make anymore. But for a period of time in the aughts, do you remember they had with lemon?
They do a vintage with lime now, limited edition.
I just like to squeeze. Well, I don't drink soda anymore, but having like a nice cherry Coke Zero and squeezing a fresh lime.
Wow.
Chris, what was your question, Mr. Movies?
So before we got on the mic, we were talking about film festivals, everyone. We'll do an introduction at some point, but let's ask this question. As part of
this might not even go in, depending on what gets said.
It's true.
It's going to go in, but technically,
I was going to ask your opinion on. I'm hoping to make this serves as an introduction because it'll get us talking about where we are in our lives now.
Okay. In the shitter.
Yeah. That
Brandon's on a toilet right now.
This is my bathroom.
Do you have in-unit laundry, Brandon?
I do see.
I was gonna fold the closet, but I'm using it as a flex.
Good for you.
Well, speaking of flex, first of all,
I live in the Midwest. It's not a flex.
Here's something that's different about 2025 to 2019, not counting that episode we did in 2020. They didn't have self-cleaning litter boxes in 2019, which is also what that could be in the back if it weren't a washing machine. Have you seen the self-cleaning litter boxes that look
I'm
like...
not dealing with that. What are they I don't trust that.
No, they're great. I don't have one because they're too expensive, but I'm going to buy one. A friend of mine has one.
Are they like $500?
They're like $400 or $500, but they do a wonderful job. And they like.
How long do they last, though?
Just to get a litter genie.
I disagree. So I also went litter genie sober. I don't have that in my life anymore either.
I love a litter genie.
I don't like having a giant plastic bag of cat poop in my closet, even if it's.
Yeah, but it's fantastic.
No, it's better than wasting all the plastic of using the individual bags every time you clean a litter box.
Plastic, and then you tie it up, and it's so heavy, but you put it in a bag and you take it out.
And why is it so heavy?
Because it's so much poop.
Because it's like, so full of poop.
It's like 3 months of poop.
Yeah, and I don't want to see that.
You don't have to see it. It's covered. It's in a silo.
But when you take it out to throw it away,
you have to see it.
And I have to confront what's been living in my house this entire time.
Yeah. I sort of agree there.
You would rather one at a time, baggy, across your face.
Yes, because it holds me accountable. I have to clean the box. I have to clean the box. Well, yes,
it takes 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's also not a big deal. I just redid our cat closet, and it's so easy now. I will say, before I was litter genie agnostic, I did have a litter genie, and I lived with a roommate who felt the way that I felt, the way that I feel now, and I thought she was nuts. But now you're on
that side of litter genie.
But anyway,
Ben, you have absorbed her energy. It's not really your belief.
No, I've cut that friend out of my life, and yet I've absorbed her energy. Before Ben goes back to his question, I did, while we're complimenting Brandon's
right, I forgot. I had a question.
Yeah,
there's a little whisper on the edge. Is that a forest green backsplash?
Who?
In the kitchen? Yeah.
For me?
Yes.
Oh, I do see it now.
It's beautiful.
Is that green?
Stop complimenting my home. I live in Michigan. Things are different.
Yeah, but I bet it's
Hey, you live under Governor Ella McCay, who I decided is canonically a Michigander. It's the state where she was born and raised.
She would govern here.
I was thinking it was Ohio, but it also could be Rhode Island.
The stakes are very low, which Rhode Island has going for it there. Ask your question.
Zero.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Which is a problem with the film.
I'm hoping by the end of the year to have made a no-budget feature film. And something that I am thinking about is, should it be 90-second webisodes, an hour and a half worth, that I upload onto TikTok as a vertical? This is a real question that I'm wondering.
It's like the Charles Dickens periodical approach.
Yeah.
On TikTok.
It's not a bad idea.
Right.
I would,
because I'm already thinking that I shouldn't bother with the festival route, but
well, as a festival program, I'm duty bound to tell you that you should reconsider the festival route, but just be strategic in how you play it. But on the vertical front, I would say no, because I'm sure that you would do a fabulous job bringing that story to life in vertical format. But I think about your knowledge and acumen for the moving image, and you've spent your entire life thinking horizontally like this.
Right.
I
cut it that way.
You certainly, I imagine you could adapt to this, but like that's not what you've been working towards your whole life.
That's true.
I actually would say hard no. But if you did,
and I have been working
I'm
towards
sure
the feature film. Period.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. How much would you be sacrificing? You know, it might. Yeah, because once you put it out there in that format, at what point of the 90-second, how many 90-second clips in are you going to be like, I've made a grave mistake?
Here's the other reason why I don't think you should do it. There's that. And then there's also your entire cutting pattern is going to be warped because you're uploading it in 90-second TikToks. You won't be able to build a single scene the way that you would traditionally want to, because let's say that you wanted to hold on someone's close-up for like 75 seconds, and then you only get 15 seconds into whatever that reverse shot is, or if that's the end of a scene. I think you would have to. I'm not on TikTok. They wouldn't all have to be 90 seconds. I guess you could vary the length.
They can be pretty long actually now. I think they can be like 10 minutes.
And basically the only thing is that they would have to have a cliffhanger ending of a certain kind. I'm not doing, it wouldn't be the bottom of the barrel soap opera thing. It would still be the same script I'm trying to make, but I would reframe it for this.
I said what I said, and I stand by what I said, but I do think having read the first draft recently, I think thematically there is actually an interesting rhyme in doing it in TikTok.
You haven't read it. It's not that.
Oh, it's not that one. Okay, never mind.
No.
But don't you think that script would be interesting to do
as verticals?
Well, yeah, given the contemporary themes in the picture.
It could be. Yeah. But that has car crashes in it. That's not a movie that I'm making on my own.
Well, yes,
the movie
I agree.
I'm making on my own is 4 people having a dinner party.
Well, that I feel differently
time.
about. I thought we were talking about a different project the entire time.
No.
4 people at a dinner party, that could be served as vertical.
I think that if you, this is what I was about to say, but now I guess it can apply to this. I was going to say this regarding the script I recently read because I thought it was about that. If you were to find a new project that you could tell purely in vertical form, why the hell not? Because you have the tools, and if you can do it super low budget and you can tell the story in a way that makes sense in that format, and I don't mean the vertical format, but in like the periodic drops, why the fuck not? What's the downside?
Yes, that is sort of what I'm thinking, but I am sort of married to the idea of a feature film. I don't know.
I'm more interested in what you would do in a traditional feature film, but I'm sure it would be amazing in vertical.
Yeah, I have a question. So it's not a matter of you can make it. It's not a matter of financing it.
No.
It's a matter
of what do I want to commit to?
What do you want? How do you want it to be seen? Because couldn't you just, rather than doing it, couldn't you just upload it to YouTube?
Yes, that is sort of, if I'm not going the festival route with a feature, it would go on YouTube and then social media promoting to get people to go to YouTube and maybe get some LA and New York screenings on the books.
So if that's the case, then I'm wondering, then why cut it up on TikTok in vertical if you could just upload it on Vimeo or upload it on Vimeo in the proper format? So now I do take back what I said.
If you were to drop it on YouTube,
flip-flopped having the opposite viewpoints. So
this is like the character in Veep
is each other. Yes,
this is like the character on Veep who's like, on one hand it could go disastrously wrong. On the other hand, it could be a smash success. So who am I to say?
How is this helping you decide?
No, not at all.
Of course not. Actually, this is a conversation for off mic because I have like 7 different roads you could go down on this.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could have your cake and eat it too, where you're promoting on TikTok by posting extended scenes that you've recut as reframed as vertical, and then using that as a way to build an audience that you drive over to YouTube. And then when you get enough people to watch it on YouTube, I'm getting a call from a former employer. Putting that phone over there. I'm so rude. Who has literally never called me on the phone before. I'm like, I don't know what, I'm flipping it over. Drive views onto YouTube, and then when you get enough of an audience for it, put it behind a paywall, $2.99 to watch.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you've made some money on it.
That's
that's half the reason I'm here, is that we might be able to monetize this on round 2. So I'm all for selling out.
I'm all about capitalism these days,
I think, because
no reaction to that comment from the crowd.
Because same. Because I was confused that maybe it was part of financing the making of it.
No.
So then that's where I flipped and was like, well, you can make the thing, so why not just make the thing?
No, I'm asking a purely creative question and what do I think is better for the life of the product in 2027, basically.
Right.
I think I've said what I have to say. I could go on, but it's just going to be repetitive. And I have Luddite tendencies. And so what I want the future of that project to be is maybe not necessarily what the future of the market actually looks like. So I would be giving bad advice. You should shoot it on 16.
That's right. That changes the budget from about 30,000 to about 400,000. So I think that's an economically sound choice.
If not IMAX.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You should shoot on IMAX and then convert and post to TikTok vertical.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the move.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan would love it. He would applaud it.
It's called new media. Look it up.
Well, yes.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but once we do,
and what we're doing here,
once we say it, we can't take it back.
Right.
Yeah, it's unclear, but I'm happy to be here. I was having lunch with a friend today, and I said, that we were doing this. And I mentioned why I don't have mixed feelings about doing this. I'm excited to be doing this because I'm excited to be doing it with the two of you. But to be doing this does run counter to several strongly held beliefs I have about the podcasting medium and about how things should just end.
Would you like to explore them here?
Well, do
you want to unpack that?
I can make it really succinct. And then we can introduce ourselves. I subscribe almost wholesale to everything that Mark Maron said about the podcasting medium while he was doing his farewell tour for WTF, which is, first of all, that I think that the medium has become a toxic wasteland of people who think they're authority figures, but don't do any research and don't know what they're talking about. And what comes with the democratization of the internet also comes with like voices who are maybe not altruistic in their goals becoming very popular on these types of platforms because they can build an audience and monetize. And then who's to say that viewpoint isn't as important as the expert on the issue? So I'm uncomfortable slightly with acting as if I have an opinion and recording it on a microphone. But then the second thing is that I really loved that he ended the podcast because it had been 16 years and he felt like it was time for the show to end and move on to something else. And we live in this culture now where nothing ever ends. And if it's a cultural product that does end, it inevitably gets rebooted a couple of years later. But we're doing both of those things. Maybe not as dangerously to the Republic as part one of that point, but I've never listened to fewer podcasts than I do now.
It's also not our fault if other voices in this medium get lifted that shouldn't. So I don't think that you need to take that guilt on.
You're totally right. No, I don't take no. And thank God I don't. I'm not like so. I don't think that what I said matters so much that I'm taking that on. It's more just like you two are literally the only people I would be getting on a microphone that's recording with, because
that's how I feel.
Because I love doing this with you guys so much.
And how I reconcile it. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
I don't know if you remember how this conversation went down, but it was my idea to do this.
How dare you?
I don't remember how I phrased it exactly, but you both responded it with like, you should do another podcast. That's a great idea for you.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really good next step.
You should do another podcast.
And I was like, no, I'm asking if you want to get the band back together.
Well, and I just really like the band's music, even though it's my own or our own music. So I'm happy to listen to our music. Yeah, I've had people
who have to find other people to talk to. Come on.
Well, there's also that. Like we've done this before. We know how to do it together. Even though we're almost 20 minutes into this record and we haven't actually talked about we've talked about ourselves, which is great. And I want to keep doing that for another 20 minutes. But I'm so confident in our ability to do this.
We've talked about the creative process, which is
thoughts on the industry. We touched on the industry. We've touched on the state of our industry with the verticals.
Vertical format. I reconcile it by just because I'm also cautious. I've said time and time again, my brain is smoother. I've become 35% dumber. But I just reconcile it.
Ben and I shouldn't be nodding at that point.
You're like, yes, you have.
Yep, for sure.
I was nodding because I feel it for myself.
I do. I do too. But then I saw the visual of other heads being like,
He sure has. But to me, it's just chatting with friends again. And it just happens to be recorded and also published on the internet. And I ignore that second half.
I'm looking forward to doing that second part as well.
I'm not going to ignore it just because we're gonna make money this time.
Ooh,
as I said before,
we weren't the first time.
I'm open to the possibility. I'm open to the possibility of monetizing this so we can unmuzzle slightly. And because if I'm getting paid for this, then I'm willing.
I gotta stop running.
I'm willing to say some
studio after studio. You know. I used to run one studio. I'm bringing back an old bit, and now I'm running a new studio.
You are. That is what's new in your life. Are we up? Oh, are we doing that part of the podcast? What's new?
I guess so. That's what's new in my life. I'm
one studio after another.
One studio after another.
Who are you?
I'm Ben Empey.
Oh.
And I am a filmmaker, podcaster, substacker. I have too many things going on. I've been doing stand-up comedy lately, which was sort of like a childhood dream of mine that I've put off, and I'm on this mic, baby.
Wait, so, is this thing actually on?
So this thing is on, is what you're saying.
Mine's on. I was worried for a second.
I meant the stand-up, but I'm glad your mic's on. I
wasn't sure if this.
I meant in regards to the stand-up. This thing is on.
This
thing
is
so on.
Ben is on.
It's literally like that movie where I'm just like, I need to like be out with people and like yapping, and
that's good.
So that's all I'm doing.
So important, such a tonic. Mm-hmm. Yapping is the best. I love to.
And as I said, I'm hoping to make a feature film by the end of the year. Next year, not in the next. Well, I guess it's January when this releases.
Yeah, so
by the end of 2026. So that's what's going on in my life.
Yay!
Okay, when are you gonna go?
Brandon, what's going on?
Is it my turn? Well, I changed all my social media bios to I used to do things because I feel like I don't anymore. I still am a producer for a film production company with Michael Varadi, June Gloom Productions. I put my fingers on a keyboard recently and I started writing again.
Nice.
Because my therapist told me to.
So that's what therapists are for.
Shout out to the therapist.
Make you write scripts. That's what they're there for.
Well, they say screenwriting is a form of therapy.
And you know what?
I've heard it said.
I don't know if you've heard that.
That's what they're saying.
It's what we're saying right now.
Oh, right. What else? I love pickleball. I joined the cult of pickleball. And that's my physical activity. And, you know, I'm living an offline life. I'm offline. I am touching grass. I'm in my touching grass era. That's what I'm doing.
That's beautiful.
I'm in Eastern time zone. Thank you.
Let's give a shout out to Brandon for all of that, but also because it's 3 hours later on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And he's doing this right now. Well, it's dark here too. Since the sun goes down at 2:00.
Mm-hmm. It's winter.
Literally, the sun is low.
The sun is low. And it's only now starting to get a little chilly. It's been unseasonably warm this winter, in sort of a soul-crushing way.
It's been unseasonably cold here. The Farmer's Almanac was right. We're having a brutal fucking winter.
Shout out Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah, shout out. They were not wrong.
I like that's your reference point now that you're off the internet. You're back on the almanac.
I'm looking at the Farmer's Almanac.
Listen, now that you're back in the Midwest.
It's Farmer's Almanac. That's my reference point.
I had a follow-up on pickleball. What are the rules of that?
I know how to get started.
Well, I'm going to get you started quickly because
Isn't it even just tennis, or is it different than tennis?
Is it closer? So that's my question. That's my question because I used to play tennis. I used to go to the Los Angeles.
You could jump right into pickleball.
Well, I imagine
pickleball is tennis for babies.
So it's like tabletop, but slightly larger, like ping pong.
I'm Marty
Supreme. Yeah.
Put me
Marty Mauser.
I passed an activation at the AMC Burbank 16 the other day, which was a gumball vending machine full of orange ping pong balls.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Marty Supreme.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, why aren't they actual gumballs?
Well, because they're ping pong balls, because he's not a competitive gum chewer in Marty Supreme. He's a ping pong player.
Well, that's a missed opportunity.
I couldn't agree more.
Did you see the photo booth at the Burbank 16?
I did, and there was someone inside of it.
I wonder what movie they were putting themselves.
Certainly not Hamnet.
Let's talk about that.
Did I put myself into Hamnet?
Yes.
You are Hamnet.
That's right. It was
You're
a
a
really
dead
special
child.
thing. I paid $10 to put myself into Hamnet.
And you're just laughing at the
Well,
concept of being
so-
in the Hamnet film strip.
Can you
Hamnet film
imagine?
strip.
It says Hamnet over my body. Like,
You're Hamnet.
You're dead, jackass.
Mr. Hamnet.
What a
Gone
treat.
too soon. Gone too soon. What I find so funny about the Hamnet photo strip you took is that typically a photo strip is 4 photos one after another,
Right,
and this
and
one
it
has
was
this one has 3, and then
they
at the
have to
bottom,
put-
and then at the bottom it's just Jesse and Paul like canoodling on the poster as if like that was the 4th photo in the set.
Because they're
I thought that
mourning
was-
you.
Yeah,
stuff.
because
That's you in
I should have
heaven.
pretended to be dead. I didn't even think of that.
You're laughing your ass
was-
off in heaven.
I was laughing
Hamnet's
too
dead
hard.
and you're laughing.
After leaving Ella McCay, I was laughing and feeling really whimsy. Feeling
who else was-
really
you
whimsy.
had hope, which did you know is the opposite of trauma? Almost.
I did, and the delivery of the line by my Best Supporting Actress winner, Julie Kavner, is a
Nice.
real winner. I thought. Just kidding. I just kept like every time she would finish her sentence of narration, I would just sort of say to myself in the empty theater under my breath, "Howie."
Can I
How
tell
can
you
you
my
not hear
favorite?
that?
Can I tell you my favorite part in the film?
Yes.
With Ella McCay. It's it's a close up on Julie, and she's talking to Ella, and Ella, after rambling about her fucking life, she finally pauses
Which
and
part?
asks, "Yeah, which part?" I think it's like towards the end where everything's really hitting the fan, and she finally asks the long-suffering Julie Kavner, "Well, how are you?" And it pulls out. And she's in this stance with her legs just like this, and she's like, "I'm great, never better," or whatever she says.
Have you guys seen the Simpsons
And she-
ads for Ella McCay?
Yeah,
No.
it's
There's-
crazy.
There are
Lisa and
synergies going
Marge.
on.
Lisa and Marge walk out of the theater,
It's a very terrific movie.
Oh, did
and Marge
Jim
is
ever-
like, "Oh, calm down, calm down. It's not that good."
I'm the best thing in it. Did Jim ever cast like Yardley Smith or
I don't think so. Not
Dan
to my knowledge.
Castellaneta in any of his movies? Why did it take Ella McCay?
Took him 35 years to cast
Yeah.
a cast member of The Simpsons in a
to
live
me,
action film.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it felt like a dire move. I think someone to him said, like, "You got to cast
You got to get a
a
Simpson.
Simpson. You got to cast a Simpson."
Maybe she took a lower rate because she's made so much money off of The Simpsons that she's
Maybe.
like, anything for you, Jim.
Of course.
I have my second house because of you. I legit think she's great in the movie, though.
No, she is.
She's the best thing.
part.
She's the best thing in it.
Her and Albert Brooks really won it.
Brooks
for
is
me.
great too.
He
Brooks is
has that
too.
great scene at the end, which I think is legitimately good.
You know who I thought was the best in the movie?
I agree. Jack
Tell
Loudon.
me.
Jack Loudon.
Okay, so here's
I don't know if I'm kidding
It's
or
not-
not.
okay, but what if you're not kidding? I would disagree, but I would say it's not his fault in my eyes. Like
not
that
his
character.
fault.
Do you think he's good? Because I kept thinking this is probably the least likable character I have ever seen with my eyes in a feature film.
Can I
And
ask you a question about
I
that?
wouldn't have that reaction if he wasn't doing a good job at it.
That's
Can I ask you?
true.
Can I ask you a question about that? Before everybody started saying like, "I think your husband's a ticking time bomb,"
Mm-hmm.
I thought he seemed like a perfectly nice guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was totally fine.
What did I miss in the first act where he's
There's
not to
nothing
be
in his
trusted?
past.
She climbs
That's
out.
a
He climbs
problem.
out the window.
Is it literally just that he climbs out a window, which is tut tut against?
It's because
rules
he's in
and
the
polite?
pizza mafia. We learn eventually.
Which we don't even find out.
We don't
until
realize
the
that
back half.
he's a mafia prince
and
until
evil,
hours
and evil
into the film.
Becky Ann Baker with her
Which-
evil pearls,
Which
or
feels like
whatever.
a scene they added in later to make it extra clear
Totally. I love that she had like that's like looked like she had the sort of like Czech pottery necklace. It's like that type of woman who loves Czech pottery.
When she showed up, I was like, yes.
She's okay, so she's definitely a later addition because the first time we see her, it's a cutaway to Jack and her in the crowd for Ella's inauguration speech, and she just stands up on a huff and is like,
she's so mad.
Believe she didn't make you co-governor. And then we only ever see her in the pizza parlor. But here's an interesting wrinkle to
and
this.
She's never referred to by anyone.
No.
There's no mention of Pizza Mafia.
If they did shoot her scenes after the fact, which I think they did, think about how much money they had to spend on the Pizza Mafia parlor set, which we don't see in the film until then. And then at the end, when they smack the "we're shutting you down, buddy" sign on the window, and he's like, "I could just pull this thing down." Oh my God. And then he like, "Unhand me" to this cop behind him. And then the police officer says something like, "Assaulting an officer, are we?" Like, and then Jack London's like, "I've always backed the blue." It's so stupid.
I know your order.
What I like about the Jack Loudon, the depiction of the Jack Loudon character is in the flashbacks, where it's like the oldest 17-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
well, he has a wig on.
He has bangs over his forehead because all you would see are the lines. Otherwise, like they
Looks
literally,
young to me.
They literally styled the wig in that way just to hide the creases on his face that no amount of makeup could cake.
35-year-old man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks young to me.
I also thought that Kumail Nanjiani looked like Joan Crawford through most of the film.
His jaw was really distracting for me.
I think that Rebecca Hall is having an amazing year at the movies in terms of looking incredible on screen, meaning like what she has been costumed magnificently this year. So obviously like Peter Hujar's Day,
that's
all
the
those
only
like
thing I can think of
70s
her
Lower East Side duds. But then in this, she wears like
she's in this, of course.
She's in this, and she wears this sort of like low collar blue thin sweater, and then this kind of aquamarine like slick like raincoat on top of it. And I wanted the fit. I wanted to throw the fit. I was throwing a fit for the fit. So that plus Peter Hujar, she's just looking incredible on screen this year.
Well, she's a beautiful woman, and she is the size that clothes are designed to fit. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
I don't say
she wore clothes this year.
Snarky way. I just am saying, like, yes, I agree. She is a stunner.
Did you guys also think that she was the campaign manager for Woody Harrelson?
Took me a long time to know who the fuck
scene
she was.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
she was the wife.
Is Jamie the communications deputy? And then he's like, I'm actually a hospital administrator, and I got Me Too'd in 1990.
I also didn't know Ella was the daughter. I thought like the Ella, I didn't know, because she also didn't look young enough with that wig. The wig wasn't working.
Hear me out. I thought there was a lot that was narratively unclear in Ella McCay.
Sure.
Even with Julie narrating?
Well, that was the best part, like I said. Whenever she was talking, but she disappears for half the movie.
You needed her more.
I also wonder whether the way that the beginning of the movie is her direct to camera, "Hi, I'm the narrator, homie." Like that's how the movie starts.
Forward.
It's like, I'm dying to get my little grubby little paws on the shooting script, because I am wondering whether the narrator was added after the fact as well.
I am
obviously
too.
Not the character. Because that character totally works dramatically without being the narrator, because without her saying like, "I love her," it's clear that she loves her, and that she's her number one fan.
Totally added her being the narrator after that.
I wondered that as well.
Like direct to camera being the Ricardos, like, "Hi, I'm the narrator."
The reshoot budget was substantial, I understand.
Well, it must have been. But what I love, but here's what I admire about James L. Brooks' convoluted vision for Ella McCay. He did reshoots, he added new elements to the film, and took nothing out. Like the Iowa Debris character. What the fuck is that? Susan, of course. Oh, Susan.
Iowa Debris is Susan.
Had no idea why that scene was in there, but I enjoyed it.
That was, I think, one of the best scenes of the film.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything.
I don't disagree.
No point.
But the film is already so convoluted for me that I couldn't. Is that the only time there's a scene without the titular Ella McCay, apart from evil
Becky
pizza
Ann.
matriarch Becky Ann Baker and Bangs
Probably.
Loudon?
I think.
I think-
Well, aside from the no, yeah, I think you're right.
I think that was when I started feeling insane watching this movie, which is funny because so much has happened already. But I think I felt insane in that moment because I had lost Ella, who is the only thing guiding me through
It's an
this
insane
mess
scene.
of
Ella.
a story. That's literally Ella. Girl, that's Ella McCay.
I liked it because it
Girl,
has
Ella
a bit of a
McCay.
screwball quality to it, and I felt like I, for the first time, had something to sort of grab onto in this film.
Mhm. I think that Io nailed it.
She did.
Mhm.
Yep, she nailed it.
Never mind. But no, she did nail it.
I also really like the scene where Jack Loudon is blackmailing his wife in the hallway of
Yes.
the government office.
Yes, loudly.
I was like, melodrama is alive, and here we are.
We've got the screwball, we've got the melodrama, we've got
Mhm.
the
Basically, when
Simpsons.
it's in a recognizable genre, I was feeling it.
I had fun and I had a laugh.
I mean, I saw it at 10 in the
Blessings.
morning in a mostly empty theater and really enjoyed myself, even though I did feel like I was slowly going crazy.
But that's
just
the
like-
power of Ella McCay.
I agree. And it's funny because it's got the James L. Brooks thing where people are speaking in these aphorisms or like these witty one-liners where someone's like, well, Ella, you know what they say, like, you never know which exit you're going to get off on the freeway until the next car behind you hits you in the butt. You know, like everybody's talking like that. And I love it. I love it. Because it's
This
like,
movie, I learned that if you pretend that you know something, you'll never learn real things.
I was low-key moved by that because I happen to agree with the philosophy.
Powerful sentiment.
That to completely change topics while still staying on Ella McCay, that makes me think about Casey when he's a little boy.
Yep. Casey McCay.
And-
Yes,
Yeah, Casey McCay, of course.
of course.
Not to be confused with Casey Kasem.
Mm.
He, after Rebecca Hall dies, but Movies IMO is back. We're playing fast and loose with the spoilers. I don't give a shit. So after Rebecca Hall dies, which by the way, I was very confused when Julie Kavner was like, and it was 16 years ago. And I was like, I thought we just went back 16 years, but that was 18. That was 18
That was
years
even
ago.
farther.
That was 18 years ago. And that was 1990. Because at first I was like, oh, 18 years ago must be 2008, not doing the math. And then it took me a moment to realize, no, this is a 2008 period piece. But anyway, so when Ella needs to go,
we could talk to each other then, as Julie Kavner, the narrator, tells us.
We were only involved in just wars. We
Things were.
Healthcare companies could charge whatever the fuck they want. It was a better time.
It was a better time.
But after
were nice
after
then.
Mommy dies, and then Ella's like, I need to go have a cry. Casey, come cry with me. And then we cut to him, and he's in like a little military uniform.
Yeah.
I was
Unexplained.
like, I'm like, well, my first thought was, oh, it's an emotional support costume. It's like a character who like has to wear an astronaut suit because they're dealing with trauma, you know, like a little boy who like has a toy or has to like wear a certain outfit. And then later in the film, Woody Harrelson's like, I only sent Casey to military school because I thought it would make him a better man.
I love hearing later. Yeah. Reverse.
I was just like, oh, I guess he's an ROTC in school, and he's just
At the
wearing
age
that
of
today.
7. At the age of 7.
Yeah, I just didn't question the outfit. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
Halloween.
Thought it.
I was just going with and not thinking about too deeply.
I was so when Jamie Lee Curtis in the performance of the year as Aunt Helen, I have to say,
She's
yeah,
always
Helen.
got a face on, you know.
she's really bad in the film, in my opinion.
Aunt
But
Helen.
the like 3 other people in my audience, oh boy, did they give a hot hoot about Aunt Helen?
They
I mean,
loved Helen in my audience. A guy clapped. at
when
Helen.
she said, I apologize for anything I'm going to say or do.
Yep.
They were like,
Yep. And when she said fuck or whatever to Albert Brooks, applaud.
we had like a standing O at that point.
Yeah. Oh, we were just out of our seats.
Aunt Helen makes no sense as a character because I'm not sure if you guys picked up on this, but she's a deeply religious woman. Like there are little breadcrumbs that she really is a believer and cares about propriety. Like I almost said cares about proprietary. I mean, she has a proprietary way of living. She has her own. Propriety is what I meant to say, but I was going to say proprietary incorrectly. Mm-hmm. But then when she's like, I apologize for everything I'm going to say or do. It's like, you were just the person who's like, I'm praying for you. Like, it's completely inconsistent.
She says blessings with 0 ounce of irony.
Blessings. I mean it. And at that point, I'm like, this guy seems really like a good fit for Ella because, as Ella said, he loves that I take everything too seriously. He doesn't mock me for it. Like, I don't know, sounds like a good guy.
It never seems like he dislikes her. It just seems like, which is seemingly why they get divorced. But he just seems like he wants things from her. Like a
sex
quid
at
pro
lunch.
Quo. Sex at lunch and a co-governor title.
That to me, like, why won't you make me co-governor? Like, I need one thing in this marriage. And I need you to kill democracy in order to make me feel like a man.
But it never seems like he doesn't love her to me. That's what's weird.
Well,
but the
it's just he's a guy in other ways.
The grand matriarch of the pizza mob talks him into it. She's sort of like a snake in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never see her. I would have loved to have seen Becky and Baker get dragged out in handcuffs at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Right along with them.
I wonder how much she got paid for one day of work. Scale.
I hope not. She deserves more. Becky Ann Baker deserves better. But by the way, Becky Ann Baker, it's not like she gives a bad performance in the film.
No, it's just a ridiculous character.
It's a very, very silly construct.
Yes.
Ella McCay.
Daniel, you have not introduced yourself, by the way.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the episode.
So I'm Daniel Crook, and I'm currently working on my thesis on Ella McCay. Because I do have one more thing I want to say about Ella McCay.
Go for it.
Which is just that I think it would make an amazing double feature with the Book of Henry.
I didn't see that, but I believe you.
Movies where the internal sense of logic is just absolutely insane. Not like characters are making decisions that they would never make. And I don't mean that in the way that like some people level complaints at movies like, I don't know, I think she would go back and feed her cat. It's like, I know people do things in real life that defy logic, and I think they're allowed to do them in movies too. But it has an upside down sense of rules and logic in the film. But everyone will do anything that the title character says, including adults who are like 20, 30 years the character's senior. They're like, well, Henry said we got to do it. Henry said we got to kill that guy. So, and that's how I felt about, especially how Jamie acts around Ella. She's like,
yes,
Ella, are you okay? Like at all times. She's like, do you need soup? And then she gives her this bowl of soup.
Do you need soup?
She gives her this bowl of soup that looks like a bowl of hot sauce. Like it's the least appetizing tomato soup I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, you just like dump orange paint into a bowl. She doesn't need to eat it on screen. Like it's about the rich color. It's about saturated Douglas Sirk carbon sync colors of feeling.
Yeah, that's what's on the mind as they made this film.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I saw Ella McCay this morning.
You're 100% Ella McCay.
Yeah. I don't know if I have much to say. I'm still programming film festivals, and I'm programming more of them than I was the last time we did this, and which is great. And I'm off to Palm Springs in a couple of weeks for 2 full weeks where I'll be living. So if anyone, this episode drops before or while I'm there for work. So if anyone's at the Palm Springs International Film Festival,
I think you'll be back. I think
No, I thought we were dropping this first week. I don't care when we drop it.
Yeah, I was thinking the week of January 5th, but
I don't get back to LA until like Jan 14.
Oh, I thought that it was over by then.
I'm gone for 2 weeks.
Well, there you go.
I'm gone.
There you go.
And potentially potentially moderating a Q&A with Kim Novak, which is yet to be seen. She'll certainly be doing a Q&A for the first screening of the film, and Palm Springs does a lot of screenings for each film, and so she's in her 90s. I don't know if she's going to want to do more than one Q&A.
Has this
especially
been
with, like,
announced yet, or
Orlando.
is this something
Yeah,
that
no,
has
it's
to be
all,
cut from this
no,
podcast?
no. I mean, the festival, like I said, when this drops, the festival will be in full swing. So
Right,
no.
right.
And the other thing is I unionized my workplace. That's the other thing. That's
Hell
my
yeah.
other update.
Hell
And
yeah.
very
Good
proud
for
of
you.
that.
That really is an accomplishment that you should feel very good about.
That it kind of is the one thing, not that like I had this idea, like this is what I was going to do no matter what, even if like everything at that workplace was amazing, I'm still going to unionize it because I want to. But I did think about pursuing a career in labor before doing all of the film stuff. So this is something that I can die happy with this accomplishment. In all seriousness, like I very much can die happy because of this, which is nice. And that's all I can say on it because we're going to be in contract negotiations soon. So I actually can't say anything else about it.
You're the only one of us who has accomplished something in the past 5 years.
Congrats.
I unionized my workplace. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
huge.
You. It is. Thank you, but that's not. But that's not actually true. That's the only thing that the three of us have accomplished. But I will take the compliment and the accomplishment. For instance,
It's the only thing that's gotten someone named in Deadline.
That is
as far as I'm aware.
Well, okay, two things on that. One, I did get my name misspelled in Deadline, which rocks. And then two, there was an IndieWire article about Outfest that said that I possessed warmth, which is
it's really lovely.
It's going on my resume.
That is really lovely.
Special skills, possesses warmth.
They should go on the resume.
Are we still doing the thing where we say the last thing we watched?
Oh, wait, we actually can't end the episode yet because we haven't even talked about the fact that we've brought Movies IMO back.
It's true. I was going to say we need to get more into what we're doing and why. I mean, the why of it is that I'm lonely. Ben is lonely and wanted to have a reason to talk to his friends again.
I love it. Sweet.
And
that's why I agreed to do it.
Saying, let's do a FaceTime wasn't enough for me.
If it's not content, then it's worthless.
Exactly.
So it's smart to record.
I'm glad to do it because friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I am also
answer.
I am enjoying friendship right now. I mean, I think I said it earlier. That's the only reason I'm sort of breaking my deeply held feelings about recording a podcast or starting a podcast in 2025/6 is I'm just happy to be here with you two. And I think it's great that we're all slightly older now and a little more tempered. And I just think that I'm more interested in hearing what people in their I'm actually not going to finish that thought because I don't want to give something to so I'm determined on round 2 not to give Ben, when he's editing the episodes, like a list of edits. I kind of just want to let this. I just kind of want to let it fly. So I'm not going to finish that thought because I'll just think about it all night and then ask you to cut it out. But yes, I'm also here for friendship.
And I'm excited to practice articulating thoughts again because I feel like I haven't done that in 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, actually, me too. Because I was thinking about this in the car today. Because professionally, I'm constantly in a dialogue with coworkers when putting festival programs together. So I'm talking about movies all of the time, but it's all professional. So like when I'm not working, I really enjoy keeping the brain smooth and not having to articulate anything. You know what I mean?
Time to wrinkle.
The amount of times I've been in a movie theater over the last 5 years watching a new release, and while I'm watching the movie, I'm thinking how nice it is that I don't have to go on microphone to talk about it in a couple of days.
Well,
because I don't.
Over.
Well, yes and no, because we're changing the format of the show.
We are.
Yeah,
we're slightly changing the format of the show.
Now. We don't have to talk about new releases.
I can try and sum it up, and then you two can jump in if I'm getting it wrong. But so the old format of the show. We talked about a new release every week, and then we would talk about 2 to 3 accompanying older films that are in conversation, whether thematically or similar actors, directors, etc. And that was every week. The first change is that we are not releasing this podcast once a week. We're doing this bi-weekly and not twice a week. We're doing it every other week.
We're tired already.
We're older. We're older. I mean, it's 6 o'clock and I'm exhausted over here.
9 o'clock, bedtime.
I know. Brandon's about to fall asleep on his toilet right now that he's recording on. So instead, we're not going to be talking about a new release every week. We're not doing that. Okay.
Too much homework. Homework. The era of homework is, what do we say? The era of homework is over. The era of fun has begun.
Is in.
That's right.
The era of vibes. just chilling on mic, which we've kind of done during this, which has been wonderful. But we're not going to talk about a new release unless we want to. There's no real rules here. Like, but each of us is just like the screenwriting.
No rules.
There are no rules, homie. Like next, okay, so each week all three of us are going to bring a topic. I'm fucking it up. We're going to bring a topic of our own choosing, and we're going to talk about those 3 topics. Those topics are probably going to have to do with movies, but they might have to do with television or music or a book or something that has to do with culture. Well, if it's a book, like we'll put it on the calendar like 6 weeks in advance. Like, for instance, I'm like 2 years too late on this, but I really want to talk about Miranda July's last novel because it basically reads like the new Miranda July film, in my opinion.
I started reading it and it really does. I need to
as far as I'm concerned, Miranda July has a new film out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about it on another episode. Maybe we'll just talk about it in our own time. But so we're just going to talk about 3 topics every week of our own choosing. We'll let the listeners know at the end of every episode, this episode accepted, what the topics will be on the next episode. So if anyone wants to have any idea what we're talking about or refresh on the topic, that gives you time to watch the thing, read the thing, listen to the thing.
And you will have 2 weeks to do that, not 1.
That's right.
Wow.
And that's it, right? I mean,
that is it.
I think about
format.
I think about how much time people spend trying to like crack the winning formula for their podcast, and there are so many people that we all know who have done this and have come up with incredible, like indelible formats that seems like you can tell it's a good idea when it feels like a no-brainer. It's like, oh yeah, of course you're going to structure it in that way. And we're just doing this. We're just going to talk about
things
that we're interested in talking about. We're done with the tyranny of narrative. Okay. We are going post form into a new media landscape.
That's right.
Vertical audio, you might even call it. Perhaps.
I don't know if you would. But
that probably already is a thing too.
I'm sure. I mean, that's what real clips are of Amy Poehler.
Yeah, that's Amy Poehler's podcast.
Is that it? Is that the format of the podcast? Like, for instance,
the YouTube, but then the real clips.
Let's just to like have some specifics, so this isn't in the abstract. Like, let's say that I want to talk about the triplet stand sequence in The Bandwagon, and Ben, maybe you want to talk about
Timothée Chalamet's PR right now.
And Brandon, you want to talk about
F1.
So the episode will be the F1 triplets Timothée Chalamet press tour episode.
Yeah. And that's just how it's going to be.
What a spread.
It doesn't matter that F1 came out 6 months ago or that The Bandwagon came out 75 years ago.
Or that the Timothée Chalamet Marty Supreme press tour is continuing to unfold.
It's all gravy. I mean, have you all noticed that there's this John Hamm meme from a show from like fucking 6 months ago, and now it's a meme?
Is it the Apple Plus show?
Yeah, and he's dancing.
Apple TV Plus.
Him dancing. It's become a
There's
meme.
the meme of him dancing, and it is that show was in the springtime, and it is.
And
December.
No one watched it.
Isn't it called like Your Friends and Lovers or something?
Neighbors is definitely a word there.
Neighbors 3. And friends, money.
Sorority
like
Rising.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all got fingers on the pulse.
Well, I was going to say, Brandon said earlier that he's enjoying a life offline, and I figured Ben and I would chime in on that, but then we started talking about Ella McCay. I'm also living a lovely life offline, apart from Letterboxd and occasionally on Instagram, but I'm divorced from the discourse, and it feels great.
I do go on TikTok, but I'm not really in a space of timeliness on TikTok. It's a lot of
live outside the timeline.
Unrelated memes.
I see things late. I'm elder millennial late.
Mm-hmm.
Any Gen Z friend I have yells at me, and I'm like, I'm an elder millennial.
What are you talking to me about?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Gen Z really cares about the millennial Gen Z discourse, and I'm like, I could not give less of a shit what you people think of me.
Literally.
So I stopped myself from saying something similar to that about how now we're older in our 30s and have a podcast, and I'm interested in. I'm not going to finish the thought again, but it's related to that.
Stop starting it.
I'm censoring myself in real time. In real time.
Maybe you need a button that like just starts bleeping you when you start talking that you have control over.
Self bleep.
The self bleep button.
That's actually kind of a funny bit. I'll think about. I actually kind of like that because it'll be satisfying to push something.
Yeah,
and it could be like, Reynolds Woodcock or something, just saying like pretty good or some just funny little 2-second piece of audio. Yeah. Or maybe like Julie Kavner in the street
yelling, "Thank you, Sensei."
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I was thinking it could be a Julie Kavner clip from the Streetcar Named Desire musical episode of The Simpsons.
What a classic.
I know. I'm singing the New Orleans song to myself all the time.
Something that I've been saying to myself lately a lot is that Marge Simpson having lunch with a man who isn't her husband?
Oh, yeah.
Which is probably my all-time favorite line from The Simpsons.
I'm at a point in my life where every year I spend at least 2 weeks just rewatching old episodes of The Simpsons. I'm now like really on year 3 of watching King of the Hill every single week. I think I've watched it through 1.5 times now, like the other animated show from my childhood. But
I've never watched King of the Hill, but I'm happy.
You know what my topic might be one week.
You'll have to tell me episodes to watch. It
would have to be specific. It would have to be specific episodes. By the way, I do think the King of the Hill reboot was incredible and is the exception that proves the rule. Terrific. And if you're watching it as someone who's seen every episode 5 times, there are little, like Easter eggs and nods to episodes from the past, but that's not the juice of the show. Whereas I feel a lot of reboot culture is just nods and hat tips to how much you loved these moments on the show rather than generating new moments and new storylines that are indelible, which is just zombieism, which is what I hate about reboot culture. But King of the Hill, I think some of these episodes are all timers. I think they're all good and they're pushing all of the characters in interesting directions. And Brandon, did you ever watch that show?
No, I'm not. I wasn't a King of the Hill.
Okay, but I guess we do have listeners. I was like, well, I shouldn't even say the episode because you two don't listen to it. But I guess I should just say quickly in case any listeners have listened to it. But the episode where Hank goes to the George W. Bush Presidential Library, I think, is an all-timer.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I believe you.
Is that it? Yeah, it's great. Do we have anything else? I do think we should try and crest a little bit past an hour.
Sure. I think it's fine if we land in the 50-minute range.
I honestly have a lot of anxiety around what the necessary runtime for these things should be, because my understanding is that long podcasts are in. I'm not willing to record for 3 hours, and I know you two aren't either. But
I personally don't listen to any podcasts that are typically over an hour.
Really? Brandon, what's like the average runtime for a podcast for you?
I only listen to Amy Poehler's podcast, and hers is an hour.
Wow. Okay.
Like most of the podcasts I listen to are about 30.
Most podcasts I listen to are around
4 hours,
45 at a minimum. But again, I don't have the time for that.
I feel like it depends on the form, the content, the person.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different.
Yeah. Hey, to each their own.
That's right.
I mean,
podcasts come in every shape and size.
That's right.
That's beautiful.
I thought that was an Ella McCay quote for a second.
No, the Ella McCay quote is, "We're all just on the hamster wheel, and the hamster owner has abandoned us.
And yet we run on that wheel
dead.
together." Tagline of Ella McCay: God is dead. Another thing about Ella McCay that I just quickly want to talk about. So I'm not even going to bring up the fact that she's like ingesting marijuana, which, by the way, I had a feeling that's what was happening, just because I couldn't tell you why, but when she like reaches for the
drinking
cookie,
that
I'm like,
weird juice
that's laced.
Yeah.
I thought it was charcoal lemonade at first because it has like a black label, but with the lemon, I thought the black was liquid.
But it's 2008.
But it's 2008. And actually, so that narrows it down. Ella McCay, because Julie Kavner says it in the voiceover.
Only 13
states had medical marijuana. So we could, it's almost like which state is
she
Springfield
voted
in.
against the legalization?
Yeah, she did.
Which, like,
she's a Republican. That's the thing about Ella McCay.
Ella McCay is a Republican, but her boss, give me more, or whatever his campaign slogan is, he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
He was
Democrat. That's why he needed her on the ticket.
For her well, I was going to say, like,
when she invokes austerity, that was great.
I was literally about to say for like her austerity policies, but then I will say the film ends in this like socialist utopia of Ella McCay providing housing for all, tenants' rights, and I really got a kick out of that. I'm just so relieved she passed the mom's bill. When you hear the mom's bill, you just know that's something you should vote for. I was shocked she had trouble getting 3 more votes in the state Senate. This was
they just don't like her.
They booed her inauguration speech. They cut to the old man who's like, I say, boo, in the front. He was about to like stand up and heckle.
Like, yes, love her.
The mom, well, it's the mom. It was
the
their
moms
bill.
were applauding the mom's bill.
It was the titular bill. Sorry, I got to finish. I got to finish this because we're going to get off topic again. But actually, we're not going to get off topic. We're going to stay on Ella McCay. But I just want to present this. So she has her. She basically like pays for her security details mortgage and then gets mad about it, right? But she spends the whole night with Casey in his apartment, hanging out, talking about life, going really, really deep.
She rants right at his
and she's
face.
really stoned, so like she needs him to like take care of her. Basically, they have a really an evening of close siblinghood, and then the next day she gets a text from him that has a really ominous ellipsis at the end. Him saying, "I think I need to talk to you." ... Who sends that kind of text like the day after you've stayed up all night with your sister? Wouldn't you just call or be like, "Hey, I need to talk to you"? The fact that he's
if you have agoraphobia,
he's like,
he struggles with agoraphobia,
but he's like,
anxiety.
I think I need to break the seal on our communication. Can I do that? And I was like, you just spent like 16 hours together.
I just love.
And what the fuck did he even need to talk about? I don't even remember.
The
about
girl,
Susan.
About Io.
Oh
he was worried about Susan. I just love that the minute she becomes governor, she is inaugurated. She's like, I'm going to my brother's house for 18 hours now. Well, the work begins tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I become Little Miss
Family
Lunar.
First.
That's right.
Sully's stick together.
My agoraphobic millionaire brother first.
And Julie Kavner's just like, don't worry, I got it.
It's fine.
You do what you need to do. I will cover for you for 28 hours.
Do you need a magnet? I'm lousy with magnets on me.
Oh my god. And then what did Narc oh yeah, and then fucking Kumail's like, play catch with your son. There's museums. Shut up.
That's the most 2000. That's the most 2008 line in the movie. Museums aren't free anymore, and they don't live in the District of Columbia, where they remain free for now.
Canyon Jim hasn't been to a museum.
Canyon Jim. It is interesting that in the same way that we don't know what state Springfield is in, we don't know what state Ella McCay is the governor of.
Very James L. Brooks.
I also think she would have remained governor. I think that the president of the state Senate would have been so impressed with her politicking there at the end that she'd be like, you are actually a really good partner to have.
The party leaders are all at that bar.
You are extraordinarily popular, and you just like got everything you wanted at Helen's Tavern that you didn't have 5 minutes ago. That's like a generational political talent.
It's true.
And then
Ella McCay
would have been the president. I agree.
That's what the movie should have been about. It should have been about the White House, but
well, yeah, I agree. I would have, in Ella McCay can be whatever it wants to be. I think the most interesting version to me would have been an actual story of how Ella McCay navigates the political minefield that is becoming the government of this unnamed state. But that wouldn't be a Canyon Jim picture.
Canyon Jim is not doing what he did for broadcast news and sitting in the newsroom for a full year before beginning to write Ella McCay. He's like, I got it. At this point.
That said, tell me you wouldn't love to see a young Holly Hunter in the titular role of Ella McCay.
Wow.
I would.
He
love
loves
that.
an overachieving spark plug professional self-actualized.
I'd love Helen Hunt in the role too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'd be a slightly different take, but it would be that actually might.
She'd be sleepier.
It would give it that breath of relaxed air that perhaps the film needed.
She'd have the same energy that she has in What Women Want, starring Mel Gibson, where she is the boss, but she's a little bit laid back. There's a laissez-faire sort of vibe to her.
Can I say?
I'm going
to offer a slightly different opinion. Helen Hunt has Aunt Helen. She's literally named Helen already. I think that
she would make a great
Aunt Helen.
Aunt Helen.
Yeah, I think she'd be great.
I don't see her running a bar though. She would have a different sort of business.
You're not wrong. I agree with you. Like and as good as it gets. But I could see her wiping down a tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see her wiping down a tabletop? Like, oh, long day. Yeah, I see coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
But I also don't see Aunt Helen in this movie owning a bar either.
That made no sense to me. Helen's Tavern.
They should have.
It was also open at. I mean, I know that bars are open at 8 a.m.
They serve breakfast. It's on the window.
They were open at 8 a.m.
They serve breakfast. It's on the window.
I like the sign that toggled good food.
Good food.
I noticed that as well.
Good. And then when
the production design
millionaire brother hit his head on the sign that said Hope Coffee.
I didn't notice that it was called Hope Coffee. I did notice that it was a coffee shop.
Powerful.
And I wondered why, when Ella McCay was tripping upstairs, I mean, like, I just want them to be homeless, not toothless, with her whole like dental thing.
Yeah,
why was there no like coffee shop owner with the broom? Like, shut the fuck up! Like, she's pacing around, like a lot of walking.
What was her thing called? Tooth tutors.
Oh,
tutors. Yeah. And then Julie Kavner was she was like, isn't that just so fun to say? Come on, say it with me.
which
then everyone yelled tooth tutors.
Oh my god, I had an audience member in the film, so they were next to us, and it was this elderly woman, and it just took me back to the landmark senior citizen hour days, and just loudly proclaimed to her sister, daughter, I don't know what she was with, a friend, she said, I need to take my pill and eat some popcorn. And I was like, wow.
Representation matters. I feel
for her.
Yeah, that was
I hope that she did
that. Huh?
I hope she did just that.
And just like that, she did.
She took her pill.
And ate some popcorn.
It kind of sucks that we missed in just like that on
It's already over.
It's already over.
There has been an entire Sex and the City reboot. That's true.
I was hoping to buy a Che Diaz Christmas ornament for a friend who was having a holiday party, and they don't exist.
They've been scrubbed from existence.
They simply don't exist.
That is a missed
Sarah Ramirez
lucrative line of business.
Spoke out, and they threw away all the Che Diaz ornaments.
They've been eradicated.
They've been censored. They literally have. I mean, no joking matter. They literally have been censored. But that's for a different podcast.
I just love that in the series finale of And Just Like That, there is prop shit.
There's poop.
Oh yeah,
poop in the toilet.
There's like an overhead in the toilet.
There's literal poop in the toilet.
Is that the same episode where what is
the friend
Miranda's
just
son's
takes
name?
A dump.
What is Miranda's
Is it
son's
Victor
name?
Garber?
Brad? Yeah, Victor
No,
Garber. And he
Victor
goes
Garber
to the
didn't.
bathroom and he's like, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
No, but it wasn't him. It was
the friend, the Disneyland adult friend.
The non-binary friend.
The non-binary friends,
Yeah.
right?
I was just gonna say
they took a dump, and they were like,
the moment when Brady's baby mama is like, "Wow, so binary." Maybe Art was a mistake.
Brady Hobbs, what a
what
a guy, what a stand-up guy,
Hobbs. What a specimen. An absolute snack.
The way that every story wraps up is just so. All right, we're done.
It's
just like that.
We've hit the time limit, like this podcast.
I was gonna say, this has been Movies IMO.
Wait, no, we have to say what we watched.
Oh, what
we've watched?
Ella McCay.
All right, you're done. Ben, what is his last thing you watched? Or no, you should go last. Let me go.
Oh, okay.
So, silence. I'm going to say the last two things I watched. One was a television program. I watched.
What was it?
I'm about to say what it was.
Sorry.
I watched episode 4 of Heated Rivalry, which was pure art. Have either of you watched episode 4 yet?
I
haven't
watched
seen episode
it.
1.
I would not say that it is art, but I enjoyed it.
But like the last 3 minutes,
it was only a matter of time until the gay Russian show had all the things she said.
Yes,
as
so they
part
used
of the soundtrack.
They used the actual song and then some cover of the song of all the things she said, and it's in this montage, and then it close cuts with them like moaning together, and it gave me the biggest rush. I felt like I could run a marathon when those credits slammed. Anyway, and then the other thing I watched was the documentary Predators about the
my god,
NBC how to catch I watched Heated Rivalry and then
the most gentle segue from Heated Rivalry to the To Catch a Predator documentary.
Was it
what
good?
Are you watching over there?
I have multitudes. It's really good. It's probably like the saddest thing you'll ever watch.
We played it at Overlook.
It's really good. It's devastating. Anyway, next.
What is like the theme of it, or like what is
the theme? The theme is that Chris Hansen is a monster. The show just showed no empathy towards anyone, anything. It didn't
ruin lives.
It didn't achieve the goal that it pretended to set out to achieve. You know, Chris Hansen every episode is like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What makes you do this?" And you know, 4 or 5, however many years it was on, it never answered that question.
It creates a spectacle out of it rather than trying to solve the root cause of this.
Sure.
Exactly. And then you find out something about the creator of the documentary, which I won't reveal, and then it actually becomes very personal too. It's really powerful.
Well, before Ben goes, I just say I watched Ella McCay, and then I watched The Act of Killing, which is a really fun documentary. Sorry.
We're a study of contrast.
Contrast.
Yeah. Sorry.
What I watched, I was considering lying and telling you what I watched last night, but the last thing that I watched was Leanne, the Netflix sitcom created by Chuck Lorre with Leanne Morgan.
Is it good?
No, but it's 18-minute episodes.
Hell yeah.
Basically vertical
track. Yeah. And it's just like, my son's wife is a bitch. I know. You know,
I love her. I love her.
Though her accent is so soothing to me.
It's like the sound of my youth.
Sure, right. You're from there.
I can't believe it's real.
Her accent?
Her accent?
Yeah, it feels fake.
You should listen to her episode of WTF to bring it back to Mark Maron, because she's so clearly has thought about having sex with him.
Oh, sure.
and never thought she was going to be on this. And by the way, that's actually a really rude thing to say, because she asks him amazing questions about like, or makes a lot of comments about how when she was coming up and then coming up and coming up and coming up, it took her a really long time to actually make it. That she really looked up to Mark and admired like ways that he was making his way in the industry. So I don't mean to just reduce it to that, but the sexual the sexual chemistry between the two of them is frankly electric. And
that's so fun.
She's a flirt. That. And so
I love her. I love her. Bless her heart.
I thought you guys were going to laugh at that, and you were both just like, oh, wonderful. You know, sometimes we all need a sitcom to get through the day.
You watched every episode of The Conners. I mean, you're famously on the record as keeping I
simply love a sitcom. It is just a rhythm that soothes me and has spoken to me for many, many years.
Didn't you also watch her stand-up?
Yeah, I'm with my parents.
Yeah, so you're in the Leanne fam.
I really am. I'm all about Leanne. Speaking of Amy Poehler, that was like the first exposure I had to Leanne, and I was like,
she did an episode?
I gotta get on this train.
Yeah, I'd like to listen to that.
Yeah, she was on hers.
I guess real answer, the last thing I watched was the
You lied?
Rudolph. Well, no, I mean, I don't get to say something else? I didn't really watch The Act of Killing today after I watched it.
So you did lie.
Yeah, I was making a joke. But last night
no bits allowed, only true.
I watched the Rankin Bass Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, but Ella McCay is more recent in your
Those are the last two things I watched. Those are the last
I only named one. I'm the only one who stuck to the rules.
Well, I just thought that if we just talked about Ella McCay for 45 minutes, so I thought I would at least add one more piece of media.
Fair enough.
And I got in trouble for trying to play Smash or Pass about Santa Claus because we were there to like hanging out with a 2-year-old, but she doesn't know what I was saying, so I thought it was a good.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Can I ask you guys that question?
Smash or pass,
Santa and Rudolph?
Santa Claus generally, smash or pass.
But I need to know, like, in what form,
Santa Claus, not Tim Allen.
Motion Rudolph.
Not Paul Giamatti and Fred Claus, but in the stop motion Rudolph. Is that
the one where Mrs. Claus says, eat, Grandpa, eat? Or is that in a different stop motion?
Truth be told, I stopped watching it halfway through to go play with my friend's dog. So it's possible that happened and I missed it.
In the stop motion Rudolph Santa?
I think I would pass.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, smash. Oh, absolutely. Smash.
Brandon, thank you. Because and Ben, everyone else who I could get to answer said pass. So I'm just happy. I'm happy that I finally have someone who would smash Santa.
I don't think it's ridiculous to choose smash.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like
maybe this should be the question that we end every podcast with.
Smash or pass, Santa?
With a different character that we have talked about this episode.
Santa?
Smash or pass, Casey McKay.
Oh, smash.
I think I'm kind of cheating on this. If it was 2008, that is the quickest smash I could have possibly arrived at. And which is my way of speaking in one more point. About Ella McCay,
in 2008.
The costume choices and the hair styling choices for Casey, that is such a perfect encapsulation of that type of dude in 2008. Yeah. And it really took me back.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
I love a movie about time. So that's
smash, and that's sort
of
all
enough
that
for me.
Susan,
for me.
I didn't hear anyone else's answers.
Didn't you say smash?
Did everyone say smash?
Yeah. That's just what we were talking about the last 30 seconds.
That's like when Deborah Messing enters a room and they're talking about their favorite television show. She's like, did everybody say smash? She was on that, right?
Yes, she was. There was a really good interview of Deborah Messing that I think about constantly, where she's like, yeah, and I gained a lot of weight the first season until I realized, like, you can't have a hamburger every day for lunch on set. You're not going to do your best work. I don't know why this is like burned into my memory.
It's the first smart thing she said in 10 years.
Wow, who knew?
Anyway, on the note of
so
Deborah Messing,
yeah,
what are we talking about next episode? Are we talking about favorite movies of the year?
Favorite movies of the year.
Do we have to?
Do you want to do that at a later episode? Or do you just not want to talk about that at all?
No, low key, yes. I would prefer to talk. Can we talk about that close to the Academy Awards? Because by the time
away.
But let me counterpoint. So if this episode is dropping the week of January 5th, the episode where we talk about our favorite films wouldn't even come out until the end of January. And at that point, I feel like wait until the Oscar noms drop, maybe in February or in March.
Okay. I wasn't going to drop my list until the Academy Awards because that's what I used to do in the old days. Because that's really the end of the film calendar year.
That's true. It's like tax year.
I'm also
financial year.
I will probably the only new release I'll likely have seen by the next record, which also stands a very good chance of making my list, is Avatar: Fire and Ash, which I'm genuinely very excited about. And tangent real quick. Why is it that every millennial, when there's a new Avatar movie coming out, acts as if they're the only person who thinks that Avatar actually doesn't matter and that it's being shoved down our throats? Like, have you noticed this?
I don't see this discourse.
Oh my God. I mean, I see it largely from straight people, which is funny that like I know more gay people and queer people who have more time for Avatar than like a franchise that is very straight in terms of the conservative family dynamics on display. Not that I don't mean politically conservative. But like, I won't be ready because I want to see Surratt. I want to see No Other Choice. I want to see the new Christian Petzold movie. And I probably will only have seen Avatar just because of availability. So I would love to do it at another time. And also just because peek behind the curtain, it would be too much like the old movies IMO for me.
Sure.
To go right into the second episode talking
Fair
about
enough. We are trying to step outside of time, just like Christopher Nolan. So
that's right.
And Peter Hujar Day,
which is also about time, by the way.
January 6th VOD. So
you got to watch that.
Yeah, I will be viewing. And I got Fart and Ass to watch. I got Marty Supreme to watch. No Other Choice to watch. Others.
Daniel, I was going to ask if you want to split a PVOD ticket of Blue Moon. If you wanted to rent it and watch it.
Yeah, that thing's $20.
Yes.
Yeah, it's $20 right now.
I'm waiting.
Well, yes, I do, but I can't watch it with you until I could watch it with you on the morning of January 30th. I think is the next time I can.
All right. Well, if it's on Netflix by then this deal is off. But until then,
we'll text.
Is Netflix offline. The next move? Because Nouvelle Vague went on there. Do we think
Sony has a deal with Netflix, and it's Sony Picks Classics. So I am just assuming, but I don't know.
I get kind of a kick every time.
Double deal.
I haven't watched either of the Linklaters yet, and I'm a big fan of his typically. But I find it funny that every time I ask someone who has seen Nouvelle Vague what they thought, whether they liked it or disliked it.
Not me saying Nouvelle Vague.
Whatever. they'll I didn't even clock that.
Me either.
I called it out.
The person that you're talking to will, I really liked it. I didn't care for it. It was okay. And they'll be like, I don't know. It's a lot of like people walking down the street in Paris underneath the Arc de Triomphe, and someone's like, hey, there's Claude Chabrol. Or there's Robert Bresson. Which, so I don't know. That sounds. I don't know what Fortnite is, but the way that people keep talking about it, it feels like French New Wave Fortnite.
And they're all hot.
Is that a thing?
They all hot.
They should get an Oscar for best casting just for how hot everyone is.
Everyone's very hot. Best hots.
Best hots.
I thought the picture was fine.
Yeah, it's pleasant. It's a very enjoyable picture that I have not thought about since I saw it at Cannes.
In May.
It is closer to the next Cannes than it is to the previous. Makes me want to fucking vomit.
Should we do our predictions for next year's Cannes Film Festival? That's a joke.
I'm not prepped for that.
That's a joke. That's a joke. I don't ever want to do that.
I'm so excited for Blue Moon, but I don't want it to be $20.
Same.
I have complex.
But then I paid $15 for Peter Hujar plus $3.30 for the parking to see Peter Hujar. So why not just pay $20 to watch Blue Moon?
And I'm gonna talk about something else, but it is about this idea of having to pay $20 to see Blue Moon. When I was watching The Secret Agent the other day, which is probably my favorite movie of the year, next to One Battle After Another. I can't remember if we were recording when we were saying that stuff earlier. I just said I don't want to talk about my favorites of the year. Then just said that.
And here we are.
I was 30 minutes into The Secret Agent, and this wasn't a deep enough thought that I left the movie, but I was thinking, if the ArcLight was open, this movie would not be playing at the AMC Burbank 16.
That's correct.
And then my second thought was how grateful I am that I get to see movies like The Secret Agent at the AMC Burbank 16 because I can use my AMC A-list.
Yes.
And then I thought, but isn't that totally hypocritical and contradictory? Because anytime someone brings up the ArcLight, I'm saying, oh, I can't wait for it to reopen. I can't wait to see movies there again. But then here's the test. When that theater reopens, spending $25 for a movie ticket there versus the AMC A-list, which I probably railed against on this podcast 6 years ago or whatever, because I find the whole thing kind of unethical. But that's all I want to say. I'm dropping an ethical quandary into the chat.
Reopen, which is a huge if at this point. They claim that they will. I don't know, but I think that they would have to know that a subscription needs to exist for that theater to even exist at all.
I think so too.
Subscription theater is now the new normal.
Way the future.
Way the future. Who's in charge of reopening the ArcLight at this point? Whose hands is it in?
Me.
Yeah.
Well, hurry the fuck up.
It's me. I'm taking I have a really busy January.
All right. Well,
yeah.
There is a group called the Cinerama Dome because it's the dome that
they are.
If the dome was not a historical landmark, there would be no hope for the ArcLight reopening. But they cannot bulldoze the dome. And they cannot open the dome as a standalone theater. They can't make the economics work without a multiplex. So it's just going to sit there until they figure out how the economics can work.
Wasn't Tarantino championing it before he was running his mouth for a minute?
Yeah, I don't know.
But now
I think he just wants it open. I don't think he was ever going to put his skin in the game.
Oh,
he's already got 2 theaters.
Right. I thought he was adding to his... Huh?
Is Quentin Tarantino said anything on a microphone lately? Is he in the news? I don't know. Because he has.
Hello? He has his 10th film out, the Fortnite short.
Oh. Oh.
That is his 10th and final film.
No, it's not.
That would be really funny, though.
At this rate, it fucking might be.
Yeah.
It would be funny if he never makes a movie again after the bad press he's been getting.
At this rate, I would not be surprised if this is it for him. He's like, you know what? I'm done.
I think what he said is so self-evidently stupid regarding Paul Dano that I have nothing to say. I have nothing to add.
There is nothing to say.
Nothing to add. Which is the great thing about doing this podcast now. We don't have to add.
I just love that Matthew Lillard was like, it kind of hurt my feelings that he said he doesn't like me.
It would hurt my feelings too if I was Matthew Lillard.
But he didn't say anything retaliatory. No.
That's not the Lillard way.
No,
would just be
it's not.
How dare.
He was just taken aback a little bit.
Yeah.
And Paul Dano did not reply in any fashion, to my knowledge.
But Maya Rudolph did.
I don't think he has.
Maya.
People came to his defense in...
I know. I learned Paul Dano has shooters. I mean, I don't... I'm not going to say that I dislike him as a performer in any way, but I did not know that he had shooters. I will say that. That was a surprise to me.
What I will say about
Nation
that,
was awakened.
What I will say about that is I think not entirely dissimilar to how Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow was a sexual awakening for a whole group of millennial women. I think that Paul Dano's performance in Little Miss Sunshine to a different type of person who's attracted to boys was its own kind of like sexual awakening where you become so ride or die that this person can do no wrong. I just remember like people who wanted to have sex with Paul Dano after Little Miss Sunshine were very protective of him when they would talk about it, and how anyone growing up in Ohio anyway, very passionately, very passionately speaking about that performance in a way that felt both protective and with a bit of lust, and also like, I'm with this guy forever. Yeah. I've always kind of viewed him in that way, but maybe I just grew up around people who liked a scrawny white boy.
Maybe.
Ohio.
I don't know. There's a lot of those in Ohio. Should we wrap it up? Yeah. Or
I was just gonna say I'm fading. I know. I can't imagine how Brandon must be fading.
So let's wrap it up. So
it's been a while since I've had to chit chat for 90 minutes. Well,
no, it's nice
intentionally trying to make banter.
It's nice though. I didn't feel a lot of effort from anybody on this recording.
That's good.
Effortless, you might even say.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Oh, no.
Opposite. I thought you meant like didn't really feel it from either of you guys.
So next episode, everyone's gonna
really
need to get the energy up.
Get the energy up. Start ripping lines before you get on this mic. All right.
Well,
so we don't know what the next episode is going to be. We haven't chosen topics yet. In the future, we will be announcing at this moment of the podcast. These are our topics for next week.
Oh, the homework, if you will.
I probably am going to bring the topic of Timothée Chalamet's press tour as mine, but we didn't discuss that we were going to do this today.
Yeah, I could do something off the dome, but I'm scared of having to commit to it. So
yeah, I'm not ready, but we'll post. Oh my goodness, pardon me. We will post probably on our social medias that will emerge about what we'll talk about.
If we feel like it, and we can cut this out if we don't end up doing this, since this episode doesn't drop for a couple of weeks, if Brandon and I come up with our topics, which we should be coming up with soon anyway, because now we have to do a podcast every other week, we can record a short, like 20-second voice memo that maybe can be cut into it.
Smart. Great idea.
Just an idea.
I love brainstorming and just getting in there.
And I love doing it on mic.
Solving. Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
Magical stuff.
Well, it's really nice to be back chatting with you guys. Yeah, we definitely did it. This was really fun, and I love.
Do you feel good?
Seeing you guys. You feel good about it?
You feel good about it? Someone's got to be asking that now that Marin has gone to see like Frodo.
Marin's gone west. He's remaining in the west.
Just imagine Mark Maron on that boat at the end of Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Turns to Galadriel. So who are your elves? Who are your guy elves?
And the ring is representative of the podcast industry. That's why he is on.
Yeah, and I see myself as more of a Frodo, but I guess I've become more of a Gollum by the fact that we're keeping the ring out of them too. Maybe we could. Maybe my topic for the next episode is going to be all the Gandalf with jugs memes, which are some of my favorite content of all time.
That's great.
That's not actually going to be the topic, but maybe it will be. I'll send it.
Just Google
Gandalf with jugs.
Yeah, they'll come up.
And like Janet and Albert Nobbs.
Well, don't do it now because if it's a topic for the following episode.
Which it won't be, but just in case.
I like that we're still working stuff out on mic. We're really breaking the fourth wall of this podcast still.
Yep.
There's one.
It just makes me happy. It
really is Albert Nobbs coded.
Janet McTeer is dumping her jugs in the Shire.